Well, when Hurricane Andrew devastated South Florida in 1992, the entire country was awakened not only to our vulnerability to natural disasters, but also our dependence on each other. Now, 30 years later, there's a new documentary on lessons learned about preparedness, precautions, and coming together. Joining us from the Home Depot to discuss this new documentary on how we always need to be prepared for a natural disaster are Briar Waterman, Senior Director of Creative Design, and home improvement expert Joe Cobb. Thank you guys for being with us today. Briar, I'm going to start with you. Tell us a little bit about what inspired this documentary.
Yeah, this documentary was inspired as we look back. It's been 30 years since Hurricane Andrew devastated South Florida. And really, it changed our company. It changed our company in the sense that we realized as we saw the community affected that we had a responsibility to make sure that we were there to help the communities prepare and also in the aftermath to rebuild. We captured a bunch of interviews. We talked to a bunch of associates, not only that were there, but in other affected communities in California and in Joplin, Missouri. And you know, we put all of those interviews together in one film.
And you know, it really speaks to us here in Sacramento because we've been having a lot of storms as of late. It feels like weather emergencies like that are increasing every year. What does this film reveal about disaster preparedness since Hurricane Andrew?
Yeah, exactly. You know, the thing that it shows is that these storms are really coming over all of our roofs, that wherever we live, we do have to live with a sense of preparedness and sort of make sure that we're taking the steps before it happens, because a lot of those storms don't give you much warning. They just sort of come on and you don't get much. And so, you know, the best thing you can do is prepare before. But at Home Depot, we're also committed to be there as those events are happening in the crucial days, sort of right after they happen. As soon as it's safe, we open our stores, not only our stores, but also our parking lots. Our parking lots really become almost a town square for a lot of these communities where our partners from the Red Cross, Team Rubicon, and others can come in and help.
And Joe, I'm going to move over to you. If we hear of a storm coming, what should we do to protect our home, both inside and outside?
Well, a couple things. You want to make sure you have an emergency preparedness kit with a lot of materials in it. You want to make sure that any small items on the outside of your home are brought in. Any larger items that could get caught up in any type of windstorm, you want to make sure they're secure and tied down. A couple other things you may want to look out for too. Any combustible materials, make sure that those are moved away from your home. In case of fires, anything like that, use materials to clean out your gutters, your roof, and maybe use some fire-resistant materials to build decks and patios.
Those are all great tips. And Joe, a crucial part is keeping the power on after a storm. What are your top 2 safety tips when it comes to generators?
A generator is a great tool. Make sure you use it properly. That means use it outside, never inside. Make sure that generator is at least 20 feet away from the house with the exhaust facing away from your home. And then make sure that you have a proper extension cord, something that's at least a 14 gauge. That should provide enough power to run those small appliances like a freezer or a refrigerator.
And for either one of you, what do you hope folks take away from this film after they watch it?
You know, this film, you know, showcases a lot of the devastation that happens, but most importantly is it really shows the hope that is, you know, affecting these communities, that the sort of after the storm clears, there really is a sense of hope and opportunity to rebuild. And that's a super inspiring thing to see. And, you know, it's really why Home Depot is committed to these neighborhoods, to these communities, to our associates, and to our customers.
Well, thank you both for joining us today. And for more information, you can go to homedepot.com/hopebuilds.